thrill of a straight six at full boil echoes through the German countryside, a familiar battle cry from the BMW M3 Touring as it devours another kilometer of Autobahn. Just beyond the next bend, a prototype wearing heavy camouflage lunges. Forward, its massive oval exhaust pipes exhaling the distinctive snarl of a V6 backed by the eerie silence of electric torque. This is the new Audi RS5 Avant, and it has the reigning champion in its crosshairs. The ultimate wagon war is not just coming, it is already here, and the technical specifications tell a story of two very different approaches to building the perfect high-performance family hauler. The BMW M3 competition. Touring currently holds the crown, and the numbers explain exactly why. Under the hood sits the legendary S58 engine, a 3.00-liter twin-turbo inline-six that represents the pinnacle of BMW's combustion engineering. This power plant features a closed-deck design, forged crankshaft, and 3D-printed cylinder head core that allows for optimized cooling under extreme track conditions. The numbers are staggering. 523 horsepower delivered at 6,250 RPM and 479 pound-feet of torque, available from just 2,750 RPM all the way to 5,730 RPM. That flat torque curve means the M3 Touring responds instantly to throttle inputs, surging forward with the kind of urgency that pins occupants deep into those optional M carbon bucket seats. The sprint to 62 miles per hour disappears in just 3.6 seconds, and with the M driver's package, the speedometer needle keeps climbing, past 155, finally hitting an electronic wall at 174 miles per hour. All of this brutality channels through an 8-speed M-Steptronic transmission equipped with drive logic, which offers 3 different shift programs ranging from smooth and efficient to brutally aggressive. The MX Drive all-wheel drive system represents a philosophical shift for BMW, allowing the car to send power to the front wheels when needed while maintaining that rear drive character enthusiasts crave. Drivers can select from 4WD, 4WD Sport, or switch off the stability control entirely for pure rear-wheel drive madness. Now consider the dimensions of this machine. The M3 Touring stretches 4,801 millimeters in length, spans 1,903 millimeters in width, and rides on a 2,857mm wheelbase. Those numbers translate into genuine interior space for 5 adults, plus a cargo bay that starts at 500 liters with the seats up and expands to a cavernous 1,510 liters with the 40-20-40 split rear seats folded flat. The chassis features bespoke M-specific suspension with adaptive dampers, plus additional underfloor bracing and specific boot reinforcement that transforms the wagon body shell into a rigid platform ready for track work. Braking comes from M compound discs measuring 15 inches up front with 6-piston fixed calipers, clamping behind staggered wheels, 19-inch fronts wrapped in 275/35 rubber, and 20-inch rears wearing 285/30 tires. What kind of engineering philosophy would Audi bring to challenge this established benchmark? The answer lies in the RS5 Avant's hybrid heart. Audi has taken a deliberately different path with the new RS5, refusing to downsize cylinders like Mercedes did with the C63. Instead, the engineers in Ingolstadt retained the familiar 2.9-liter twin-turbo V6, a 90-degree mill with a hot V configuration that places the turbochargers inside the valley of the engine for compact packaging and responsive throttle behavior. But then they added electricity. The new RS5 Avant becomes Audi Sport's first-ever plug-in hybrid, pairing that V6 with an electric motor that industry insiders suggest could produce over 200 horsepower on its own. Total system output is expected to land somewhere in the neighborhood of 550 to 600 horsepower, putting it squarely in the crosshairs of the BMW while avoiding the 4-cylinder controversy that has plagued its Stuttgart rival. The hybrid system mounts a 14.4 kilowatt-hour battery pack beneath the floor, likely influencing the rear differential cover visible in spy photos and contributing to a projected electric-only range of up to 62 miles. This is not merely a performance play. It is a strategic move that allows the RS5 Avant to slip into city centers with zero emissions while retaining the character and sound that performance buyers demand. The electric motor sits between the engine and the transmission, filling in torque below the boost threshold and providing instantaneous response that even the best twin-turbo setup cannot match. Early estimates suggest the 0 to 62 sprint will land around 4 seconds, though with the torque fill from the electric motor, the real-world responsiveness may feel even quicker than the numbers suggest. When you look at the spy photos emerging from Audi's testing program, certain details jump out at any trained eye. The massive oval exhaust tips mounted further inboard than previous RS models hint at the packaging requirements of the hybrid system. The flared fenders front and rear accommodate wider tracks and larger wheels, while the vent behind the front wheel arch serves genuine aerodynamic purposes, extracting high-pressure air from the wheel well. The charging port visible on prototype. Rear quarters confirms this is a plug-in hybrid requiring external charging for maximum electric range. Those 20-inch wheels hide massive iron brake discs with perforated surfaces, though carbon ceramics will almost certainly appear on the options list for those planning serious track time. Step inside either of these wagons, and the cockpit environments reflect their distinct personalities. The BMW wraps its occupants in a driver-focused space dominated by the curved display, a 12.3-inch instrument cluster flowing seamlessly into a 14.9-inch infotainment touchscreen running operating system 8. M-specific touches include the red start button, the distinctive gear selector with drive logic switches, and those optional carbon bucket seats that save weight while holding driver and passenger firmly during high-G maneuvers. Audi counters with its own digital revolution inside the RS5 Avant, expected to mirror the new A5 setup with an 11.9-inch digital instrument cluster, a 14.5-inch central touchscreen, and an optional 10.9-inch display for the front passenger. Expect liberal applications of carbon fiber trim, RS branding embossed into the sport seats, and a flat-bottomed steering wheel wrapped in Alcantara. Here is where the choice gets genuinely difficult for the enthusiast. The BMW offers immediate availability, proven dynamics, and that intoxicating straight-six soundtrack that has defined M cars for decades. It has already lapped the Nürburgring in 7 minutes and 35 seconds, making it the fastest production wagon ever to complete the green hell. The chassis communicates with the driver through every input, the steering loads up naturally, and the rear-biased all-wheel drive allows for throttle steer adjustments that make even mundane drives entertaining. The cargo bay swallows everything from weekend luggage to full sets of track tires, and the adaptive suspension soaks up highway miles with surprising composure for a car with this level of capability. The Audi, by contrast, represents the future, today. The plug-in hybrid system offers capabilities the BMW cannot match. Silent electric operation for early morning departures, zero-emission city driving, and the potential for even more explosive acceleration thanks to instant electrics. Torque filling any gap in the power band. Will it match the BMW's chassis balance and steering feel? That remains the open question. Audi has learned from Mercedes's mistakes with the four-cylinder C63, retaining the V6 to preserve the character buyers expect, while adding electrification for performance enhancement rather than replacement. The RS division has also hinted at more playful dynamics, with spy video showing engineers drifting prototypes through corners in a way previous RS cars never could. The pricing reflects the premium nature of this segment. BMW asks around $87,000 in the UK for the M3 Touring, with options quickly pushing that past 6 figures. Audi will likely land in similar territory when the RS5 Avant arrives, expected to debut in late 2025 or early 2026. For American enthusiasts, there is the cruel reality that BMW refuses to certify the M3 Touring for US roads, leaving the forbidden fruit tantalizingly out of reach. Audi has not yet confirmed US availability for the RS5 Avant, but the existence of sedan versions in testing suggests at least some body styles will cross the Atlantic. So which wagon deserves space in your garage? The BMW M3 Touring makes the case for purity. A straight-six masterpiece wrapped in a practical body with no compromises and no electrification complexity. It is the choice for the enthusiast who values immediate response, unfiltered feedback, and the knowledge that they are driving the current king of the segment. The Audi RS5 Avant makes an equally compelling argument for progress, hybrid technology that enhances performance while adding real-world flexibility, a V6 that retains its character while benefiting from electric assistance, and the promise of even more torque and power than the BMW can muster. Either way, the winner is anyone lucky enough to park one of these ultimate wagons in their driveway. If this ultimate wagon war got your heart racing the way it should for any true motorhead, hit that like button and subscribe so you do not miss the next chapter when Audi finally drops the RS5 Avant and we can put these two head-to-head on real roads. Drop a comment and settle the debate. Are you taking the straight-six symphony of the BMW right now or waiting for the hybrid punch of the Audi? And share this with that friend who keeps insisting SUVs are the only practical performance choice. They need to see what they are missing.